Easy people, welcome back to my channel at Big Steve Mcfc. Familiar feeling this season, familiar start to most streams in the last couple of weeks. Disappointment. Manchester City 2, Crystal Palace 2. Yet again, we're talking about the fact that Manchester City cannot hold a lead. Manchester City cannot seem to finish teams off. Yesterday was a prime example. 2-0 up and coasting. Not 2-0 up and getting put under the cosh. 2-0 up and coasting. 75% possession. Palace never looked like scoring. The 2-0 down the flat. They realise the game plan was to come, get a draw. They find themselves 2-0 down. They're never going to score. But City, good old City this season, decide, nah, we can't just see the game out and win 2-0, fly out to Saudi Arabia, nice and peaceful. No, we've got to give them a chance. So, Guardiola, left wing, 2-0 up. He's right up the top of the pitch. Kyle Walker, 2-0 up, right up the top of the pitch. Why? What are we doing? We concede a goal, 2-1, then you can feel it. You can feel in the ground then. You're waiting for something to happen. It happened against Chelsea away. We were winning 4-3 with a minute to go. We gave away a penalty. 2 points dropped. Liverpool at home, we're winning 1-0. Quite comfortable. Creating chances, no problem. 1-1, 2 points dropped. Tottenham at home, we're winning. Again, 3-3, 2 points dropped. Aston Villa away, rubbish. We were crap. We didn't deserve nothing. 3 points dropped. Luton, weekend, 1-0 down. We come back, we win the game. Quite fortunate, some people would say. And then Palace at home. Okay, we're at home, 2-0 up. You're sitting there, you're looking at Palace, you're thinking there's no threat. And I'm not disrespecting Crystal Palace, I'm telling the truth. There was no threat from Palace. It was 2-0 done and dusted. But we let them into the game. We let them score that goal, very soft goal from Mateta, and then penalty. Phil Foden cleans him out in the box, 2-2. They're going back to London absolutely over the moon. They've come to the Champions of Europe away, and they've got a point. We're going to Saudi Arabia tomorrow, fuming. I'm fuming because these draws, they will kill you. Last season, Arsenal had the same problem. They were drawing too many games and it cost them the title. If we carry on the way we're going like this, we ain't going to win the title. A lot of City fans are thinking, oh yeah, but when we kick into gear after Christmas, we'll run away with the title. That's happened a few times, don't get me wrong, and it could happen again. But we can't rely on that. We're too easy giving away goals. We're too easy giving away points at home. It's like a charity shop at the Etihad at the minute. Do you know what I mean? People feel sorry for, oh, give them a point. Oh, it's Liverpool, give them a point. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, Tottenham. Oh, I feel sorry for Tottenham. They got injuries, give them a point. Do you know what I mean? We can't be like that. We need to be ruthless. If we're 2-0 up, we should be 4-0 up. We should put them to bed. But we didn't finish them off. The atmosphere yesterday at the ground was terrible. 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 One of the worst I've ever seen. Flat. Now, I don't know, if this treble is creating a monster. I don't know what it's creating. But it ain't creating an atmosphere because it's up and down. I don't know what the answer is, I'm a one-man guy that goes to the game on his own. I go to the game and I sing my songs. I come out the game. My throat's killing me today. I come out the game. Sometimes I can't speak. I'm doing my job. I can't speak for everybody else. I can't make people physically sing. I can only do what I'm doing. And you can only do what you're doing. But what's the answer? Why is it flat? We've just won a treble. You know what I mean? We should be partying. Why is it flat? Is it flat because a lot of these tourists are thinking they're coming over here going to watch a 4-0 win? It's not quite gone to plan, so they're not at the races. I don't know what the answer is, people. You know what I mean? I've done 3 or 4 shows this season on atmosphere. We've got the 1894 group. involved trying to do stuff. There was nothing there yesterday. Nothing. But I'm not. Listen, people can say I'm not the man for the atmosphere. I've got no control over it at all. I can share things. I've got a bit of a reach. We can talk about it. But someone give me the answer. Somebody let me know what the answer is. Somebody tell me, we're all Blues. What's the problem? But the level of performance is not good enough. People saying to me this morning, "Oh, you Man City fans, you're entitled." We're not entitled. We're just used to a certain level and standard now. That comes with when you win things. That's mentality. The last thing you want is us Man City fans to be accepting this level of performance and letting that happen without saying anything. Because if we did, then we'd never reach them heights we've reached to. We are entitled to an opinion. When I come out the stadium, I've started doing these 1 minute videos as I walk out the stadium because it's fresh in my mind. It's pretty raw. I don't go home and sit and stew about it and make it all sound nice. I'm giving it raw as I come out the stadium. And yesterday wasn't good enough. There's something missing in the team, the mentality. I don't know what it is. There's something missing. We are not the same team. We can look at Gundogan leaving. We can look at Mahrez leaving. Of course you can. You can look at Laporte leaving. You can do. Everyone likes to look at these things when it's going wrong. If it was going right, nobody would blink an eyelid about Gundogan and Mahrez. We get that. But the fact is, this is not the time to be point scoring. This is not the time to be blaming people for letting Gundogan go or da-da. This is the time to be wondering why Manchester City Football Club, who have been dominant 5 out of the last 6 years, can get into a winning position and not see the game through. Why is that happening? This is the problem. This is why Pep Guardiola is the best manager in the world. He has to come up with the answers. Tixi Buggerstein, Ferran, Khaldoon, they have to come up with the answers. We're supporters. We will support this team through thick and thin. Whether we up, down, 4th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 12th, I'm still going to be here. You're still going to be there. That's just the way it is. But we are allowed to question certain things. If we're not happy with a performance, we can question it. It's not the odd one performance where in a season you get beat off Brentford or something like that and you think, okay, it happens. And then you move on the next one. There's a pattern emerging. We've not played well for a while. We've not. Since the derby, in my opinion. We've had Liverpool in a position where we should have won it. We didn't. We had Chelsea in a position we should have won. We didn't. We had Tottenham in a position we should have won. We didn't. We had Crystal Palace at home in a position we should have won. And we didn't. So that's not just a knee-jerk reaction from City fans. That's just not people having a moan. That's people having a look with their eyes and realising there's something missing. And that's what we're here to say. In my opinion, there's something missing. Erling Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne, Jeremy Doku, all to come back. Don't get me wrong, that changes the game. We're a better team with them three in there. But what I'm seeing is this season, there's a lot of issues when we haven't got certain players. Over the years, we seem to have the squad where if we were missing one or two would come in off the bench and we didn't look like the machine had stopped working. Now, one player missing, Rodri, 2 players missing, Haaland, Rodri, 3 players missing, Doku, Rodri, Haaland, whatever, and we look a totally different animal. We don't look like the same Manchester City team. And I think that's fair to say. That's not a knee-jerk reaction from me. It's not anyone criticising the manager or the team or anything. We're not doing that. What we're saying is facts. The team doesn't look the same, I mentioned the Kyle Walker situation. I love Kyle Walker. I think he's fantastic. But there's no coincidence that last season, when we switched to a back 4 of centre-backs, we won the treble. We looked a lot more solid at the back. Now's the time, in my opinion, to revert to that back 4 because we're conceding goals like no tomorrow. There's no need in the 75th, 78th, 80th minute for Josko Guardiola and Kyle Walker to be 3/4 the way up the pitch when you're winning 2-0. No need for it. See the game out. Game management. Don't concede. Knock it about. Kill them stone dead. Take the points. Didn't happen. There's no need for it. I don't know why it's happening. Ruben Diaz. People saying Ruben's been a bit rocky. Yeah, he has been a bit rocky. I don't know what his problem is. I don't know what's going on, But he needs to look at his performances. He's not out of the spotlight for criticism, you know. People can get on Grealish's back when he has a stinker. They can get on Foden's back. We can get on Diaz's back. Ruben Diaz is a leader. He's a man that we need to stand up in crisis and pull this team together. Vincent Kompany, when he was under Mancini, had team meetings with his back four. Maybe Ruben Diaz needs to have a team meeting with the back four. Maybe Ruben should pull him this week in Saudi and say, come on, we're the fucking treble winners here. We're the champions of England. We've been dominant for so many years. Let's sort this out. We're not getting beat. We're drawing games. But the draws are feeling like defeats. Because when you're in a title run with Liverpool, especially Liverpool, they can go on a run and not lose. We know that. We cannot let the gap between Man City and Liverpool get too wide. But let me tell you this. I'm fully prepared and fully ready for a season that we don't win a thing. After what we've won for the last 5 out of 6 seasons, we can't moan as a fan base if we have an off season. But what I'm saying is, I don't mind getting beat in the league and losing a league title to a better team. I don't mind it. But when we're throwing our league title in the bin by gifting teams goals and gifting teams results when they shouldn't get a result, that's what I'm upset about. That is what I'm upset about. And I'm entitled to it. And you might not agree with me, but it's my opinion. It's my opinion. This is what I say to people online. They say, you know, he's this and he said that and he said that, but it's their own opinion. People can have their own opinion. And when things don't go your way, your opinion comes to the front. I get it. But all I'm saying is something's wrong. Something's not right. The team dynamic is not working. We've got to get to the bottom of it. We're going to Saudi Arabia this week. Some people saying it's great. We're going over there, World Club Cup and all that. Some people are saying, you know, it's a distraction. We don't know. We don't know. It could be the making of us. We could have a great break, win the World Club Cup, come back, go on a run. We could come back in a worse state than we went. And it could, you know, we don't know. All I know is we're likely to be a lot of points behind the leaders when we come back with the games in hand and stuff. All I've got to say is this time is for Pep and the team to reflect on where they've gone wrong. They'll look at them results and think, you know what, we should have had at least 6 or 7 more points than what we've got. At least 9 maybe. But we're throwing them away. We're throwing them away, people. I don't think it's a time to criticise individual players consistently. I just think certain errors in games by certain players are costing us. We don't seem to have a settled team. You know, we have Akanji in midfield 1 week, Stones in midfield the next week, Stones at centre-back, Akanji at centre-back, Foden on the right, Grealish on the left, Doku on the left, Grealish in the middle. You know, it's all over the place at the minute. Anything seems to be settling. I don't think Pep is in his calm space at the minute where he's focused. I think he's up and down. I think this thing's problems bothering him. I think the recruitment level this season's not been good enough. I think Pep signed Calvin Phillips, Kovacic and Nunes. Doesn't trust one of them. Starts Rico, Lewis and Alvarez in midfield instead of the midfielders he's bought. So he's made a mistake there, in my opinion. He's looking at them players. He's not thought about it, thinking, right, Kovacic is going to be my main man with Rodri and Bernardo in the midfield, or Phillips is going to come in and play this, or Nunes is going to play this. It doesn't look like he's got a role for any of them players. So I don't know what's going on there. And it's a little frustrating, you know what I mean? We go week in, week out, we spend our money, we back the boys. You know, they've been fantastic. What we've seen and what we've achieved, brilliant. Is there a treble drop-off? Maybe. Gary Neville mentioned it. They wasn't quite the same the season after. Few players wanted to leave. They managed to win the league, but nothing else sort of clicked. That could be a factor. We don't know. We've never won the treble before. So it is what it is. But all I'm saying is, if this is the season where somebody else runs away and wins the league, fair play. Because we've had a good run. You know, we've had a good run. We've been on a journey and we've had a good run. And sometimes on journeys, you need to have a rest. Sometimes you need to relax. Sometimes you need a reset. But mark my words, if this is the season we don't win anything, I think we'll go big next year. I think we will have a reset. I think there'll be certain players will go, certain players will come in. And I think you'll find that we'll be hungry for more. Some people are questioning the hunger of the players. Only the players can answer that. I don't know. I'm not a player. My hunger as a fan is never dies. I want to win everything. I've got that bug. I want to win the Champions League. I want to win the Premier League. But right here, right now, on today, what's today's date? The 17th of December, I'm not confident we can do it the way we are playing. Something has got to change in the next coming weeks to make me think they're back on it. They're back on it. I don't know what you guys think. Leave your comments in the chat. Anyone, listen, let me just tell you this as well. If anyone leaves a comment on here calling me names or being abusive to me, don't then message me when you get blocked, because the admin will block you. Yeah, so I'm just letting you know that. If you've got a football question or you've got an opinion and you want to leave it in the chat, do it. We'll talk about it. But don't cry when you're calling people names. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, disappointed with it. I am disappointed with it. Felt like a loss. But we're not going to panic. We've got the World Club Cup coming up. I'm flying to Saudi Arabia tomorrow. I'm going to get my bags packed today. I've just got my insurance. My visa's come through. I'm ready to go. I'm going out there. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to go out there. Excuse me. I'm going to go out there and basically have a relax, a little break, and watch my football team in Saudi Arabia try and win the World Club Cup. Brilliant. You know what I mean? Never thought I'd see the day, but I'm looking forward to it. Keep an eye out on my Instagram and TikTok. You might see the odd story and things. I'll try and get the vibe of what it's like out there. I'll try and do a bit of content so you guys can see what's going on. But yeah, yesterday, rather forget it. We move on. But it's getting a bit too familiar for me, throwing these points away where, you know, there comes a point where we ain't going to go on a run. There comes a point where we ain't going to go 14, 15 games. That's just not going to happen. And someone's going to be too far clear and we're going to lose it. If that's the case, it's the case. But all I'm saying is, I know a few of the younger ones are panicking. I know people are saying, pep out. Come on, man. Left the drugs. And I know people are upset. I get it. But all I'm going to say is, listen, we've been in worse situations than this, and we'll be in worse situations than this down the line. This is just a little bump in the road. We've had many. So let's go to Saudi. Let's enjoy it. Let's see if we can win the World Club Cup. Let's see if we can come back to Manchester as champions of the world. That'll be 5 trophies we've won in the last season, which is unbelievable. And if we can do that, it's fantastic. And then it's all systems go for the league. So let me just tell you this. I probably won't get the chance. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Please be safe. Have a great time with family. Look after your loved ones. Enjoy it. Have a break. Refresh. If you're struggling this time of year with mental health or anything like that, please talk to somebody. Don't sit in the house and let it fester. Don't turn to drink. Don't turn to drugs. Speak to somebody. Don't be lonely at Christmas. There's a great charity on Instagram at Mind, Body and Soul. They will speak to people all year, 24 hours a day. Message them, reach out, talk to them. The football lads will talk about football. But everybody else, have a great Christmas. Yeah. Enjoy it. Spend time with your family, your friends. And let's hope Manchester City can do it. Please leave your comments below. Please follow me on Instagram at BigSteveMCFC. Please follow me on TikTok at BigSteveMCFC. Have a great Christmas. Happy New Year. Come on, City. Up the Blues.